And the tape goes back and they're away and trotting. Nicky's Son began best from the top of the track and is going to have a little trouble finding the early lead and gets across comfortably. Ahead of Millie, who's in the trail in second, and just ambling across to the peg line. Love and Gina will settle down at the rear of the field. Had a pretty good gawk there at the winning post, and now it's got to chase out after the two horses out in front of it. Nicky's Son takes them into the bottom turn and towards the back straight. And it leads just over a length and a half on Millie in the trail in second. Now gets up to the back of the leader and about 20 metres away then to Love and Gina, who is at the rear of the field and is just starting to eat into that margin and is a fair chance of tacking onto the group very shortly. They head towards the mile pole and Nicky's Son is racing clear by a length and a half on Millie in the trail. And now only about 3 or 4 lengths to Love and Gina, who's doing some good chasing down the back straight and is now well within striking distance as they head off the back straight. 14.50 left to travel. And as they hit that top turn, the leader, Nicky's Son, leads out by just on a length. On its back second was Millie, and it will have the opportunity to use the Saddle World Shepparton Sprint Lane in the last circuit if it so desires. And still about 4 lengths to Love and Gina, who's just trotting along at the rear of the field. And as they come past where they started from, they've got about 11.50 left to travel. Down to the winning post, Judge and the Bell they come. And Nicky's Son is out in front and out of trouble in the early part. It leads by a length. On its back was Millie. And still a couple of lengths, maybe 3 or 4 lengths still to Love and Gina at the rear. Past the post, they head to the stables turn. Nicky's Son just having a good listen to what's happening behind it. It leads out a length on Millie in the trail, and still Love and Gina's the same margin it's been behind for probably the last 400, 500 metres of the trial, and has just clipped a couple of pegs there as they go into the back straight. Nicky's Son leading the way as they run towards the 600 metre mark and down towards the 600 metre mark. And Nicky's Son is a length and a half in front of Millie in the trail, who has had a nice cosy run, has yet to be asked for the supreme effort. Love and Gina's really starting to get into its work. It's now starting to get a little bit closer. It's only probably 3 lengths behind them as they work off the back straight. Nicky's Son is still out in front by just on a length. Millie is still tucked in for the trail as they head inside the quarter pole. Love and Gina's trying very hard and is gradually working into the trial, but it's still got a fair bit of ground to make up as they swing. At the 250 past the Alabar sign, they swing. Nicky's Son leads from Millie. Love and Gina's really having a crack as they swing into the straight. Nicky's Son, the leader. Millie's about to angle to the outside, is really just going to test this leader. Nicky's Son, Millie on the outside is coming up quickly. Millie and Nicky's Son. Millie pokes its nose in front and gets up to win. Millie wins the trial narrowly over Nicky's Son. And Love and Gina wasn't a bad effort after being slow away. Certainly did everything right, but it was just a little tardy at the beginning of the trial and was only beaten about 10 or 15 metres at the end, but saw them all safely home.